fanciful, I think. So maybe so do you. But there are things in there which, if you think back 15, 20 years, or go back 20 years, right? No internet. Internet was supposedly invented in 1991. That's 19 years ago. No email, no PowerPoints, no mobiles. I remember as a head teacher in 1996, I took a school trip from Scotland, where I was head teacher, across to Europe, and we went on the ferry across to Netherlands, got off the ferry, and then got on the bus again and started going on the motorway in the Netherlands. And I had an early mobile phone then, not one like this, and I phoned back to my school to say we were safely across the North Sea and now travelling towards Germany where the trip was going. And I can remember at that point, I can remember feeling, so it was the hairs on the back of my neck standing up, thinking, I'm on a phone which is not connected to anything, I'm on a bus which is moving along, and I can just speak to somebody in my school now. Now, say that to any young people today, and they'll think, God, how old are you? You know, and we all just take it completely for granted. Whereas you can imagine somebody making a video like that back in 1996, only 14 years ago, in which you see somebody doing just what I did, and you'd be thinking, well, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Would you really be able to do it? You know, and after all, I haven't got the latest iPhone, but the latest iPhone I'd be able to do what they call face talk on, and I'd be able to actually see the person I was talking to. So it is, things are changing very fast. And so the thing that we're interested in is it sustaining just what we do now? Is it disrupting? And we're going to concentrate on thinking about ways in which it's disrupting things. So here's a few facts. I'll read them out if you can. Can everybody see that? There's a bit, the way I've produced it, maybe a bit. Freshmen starting at US universities, so first year students starting at US universities, spend 3 times more providing themselves with technology when they start university than anything else, than getting household equipment, books, and so on. 3 times as much, which tells you something about, you know, their level of use of technology, if not the importance of it. Students at American universities now all bring their own hardware. They don't don't expect the university to provide them with desktop computers to use. That's a change in the last few years, but now, really, the university doesn't provide them with computers. They're expected to provide them, and they do. The universities in the States are increasingly not providing the services either. They're getting Google, iTunes, and so on. So if they want their lectures up online, they put them up on iTunes, and everybody can pick them up from that. If they want their students to have email, they let them get Google for their email. They don't provide them with, you know, University of California email address. So the way in which learning is going in the States at university level is it's using these words here that we've got: blended, mobile, flexible in time and space. Students can get up in the middle of the night and do a bit of studying if they want. They don't rely on the library opening or anything like that. They can miss a lecture, they can watch it on iTunes later. During the holidays, when they want to do some revision, they can find stuff. They can put all their books on their computer and read them on their computer if they want. They can research things, and it's this word it's also been mentioned a lot. It's personalised. They're deciding what they're doing, when they're doing it, how they're doing it, and indeed they can, if they think the lecturer that's teaching them at the particular university they're at isn't doing that good a job, they can go and find some lectures by another university's lecturers online. Now, the reason for saying all of that is because that's the future in schools then. we can look to, if you like, the country that's got the most resources, that is pushing it as hard, furthest ahead in terms of technology. America's certainly one of those countries. We can look at what the students are doing there at university level, and then we can say, right, well, then maybe that is the future for our schools. And I'm passing around that iPad. Where's it got to, the iPad? Is it being passed on? So, I'm passing around that iPad because one of the things that I think is quite a possibility is that it won't be long before every student at Beaconhouse School, say, is asked to bring one of those. You don't provide them with any paper, any pens or pencils. You don't provide them with a computer, because that's a computer. You don't provide them with any books. I read books on that now. And of course, it's not just a very handy thing to do in terms of recycling paper and so on. You haven't got to do it because you're not using paper up. If I want to watch a video, I've got loads of videos on there. If I want to go on the internet, I can go on the internet. So students, maybe that is the future. When they've got a bit cheaper, a bit more ubiquitous, that's what they'll be doing. Anybody got any comments on that? I mean, anybody want to say, you know, you're getting ridiculous, it's not going to happen? I know it is. Daminder's telling me the text is too small. The only way I can make the text bigger is, I suppose I can I do this or not? No, I can't. I can make it bigger by going up here. Make it that big. That's too big. What?
Using the projector, if you change the settings,
then it might be more difficult. Is that one? Can you zoom that one? You think?
It's okay.
Let me go back. Undo font change. Undo.
There is an icon on full screen over there. There was an icon on full screen. It's okay.
You don't really need to read it all, to be honest. I mean, I've said what the idea is. It's really to think about that. So I wanted to see if any comments on it.
Sir, as long as the disruptive behavior is concerned, I remember few universities banning the Wi-Fi inside the classes. Few days back, about 15 or 20 days back, that was Harvard, I guess, or Stanford University in States. Because, and then there were students who asked what change did you observe in your classes? They said for the first time in weeks we've actually heard what the teacher is saying. So that is
where was the noise coming from?
Excuse me?
Where was the noise coming from that was preventing them here?
They said because of the Wi-Fi in the class, we were actually chatting with each other, or we were busy online googling and all that. We were never actually listening to the teacher.
And that's obviously a real issue. And of course, how many of your schools do you say to the students, bring your phones into class? How many of you say that? Otherwise they don't bring them.
I want to ask you. You are saying that it was students were asked to, they said that they could hear the teacher. Do you think the disruption or the students were busy or engaged with the technology because it is the technology's fault or the teacher's fault?
Teacher's fault.
I mean, if in my class,
this was over 80% of the students said that. So how many of the teachers are you going to blame?
No, but I'm not blaming the teachers. Probably we teachers need to reconsider the way we are teaching. It's not the blame game.
What I'm trying to say here is that visuals are always more interesting, and when you're interacting to your friends and gossiping, that is almost always more interesting. And there will be a very small part of students who will say, no, we will not do this and we'll listen to the teacher. And how many of such students can you find in an average school? How do you expect the university teacher to be vigilant going back?
Listen, if we're going to have a discussion, which is good, It has to be to everybody. It can't be between two people. I mean, I think that's a good point, because it allowed me to make the point about mobile phones in class. You know, most schools do not allow children to bring these things into class, and yet I'm arguing here, or I'm suggesting that something like a mobile phone we'll be having in class.
I'm not going to comment on that.
No.
I think that's not whatever he's saying is not really related to what we were asking. I agree. I'm sorry.
Well, I think the point.
What I want to say is
go on.
that when I was in class 6, there was this competition in Pakistan writing an essay. How do you see Pakistan or the world 20 years ahead?
Yes.
And there was this boy from Islamabad who won this essay competition, and we were all like, he won, what has he written? And I remember at that time when I read that, it says that...
So, can everybody hear? All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
He wrote like things like about the cell phone, that there will be phones without any wires and people will carry them in their pockets, and then he said that there will be machines which people could carry, and he actually was talking about this ATM machine, that there will be machines near the banks, people would be taking out money from them. Maybe he had the vision of what we actually